What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Benjamin Long, aka Benny T, aka BTL Visuals, and I'd like to welcome you guys to the first BTL Intervisuals, where we get to meet the artists behind the music. My first guest today, I have none other than Big Husk.
Big Husk, bro. You first?
First one, man.
That's
What's
exciting.
up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yeah?
Just
Living life?
doing the same as you, grinding, trying to chase this dream.
Man, I hear you, man. Nothing better than just chasing what we're passionate
That's
about,
what
you know?
we're after, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's the only way to be.
So just to get started, man, just want to, for people that don't know that will watch this video and stuff, where are you from, man, and how'd you get started in, like, the music industry?
Okay, so where I'm from is actually Grandview. So from, like, when I was born to 12 years old, I was from Grandview, but my mom worked at a daycare. I went with her to the daycare, so I always was doing the RAPEC schooling. I'm gonna, get the reason why the Raiders are so part of me. My dad's dad is actually from Sacramento, so
okay,
we got ties out there in California. As far as how I got started in the music industry, that's a fun story because I would just be the party house. I would throw parties at my house. Kyle Teeter, I grew up with him, and he has a little brother, Ben Teeter.
Yeah.
I went over to one of his parties. Me and Ben knew nothing of each other. We're drinking and stuff, and he's kind of like, Clint Cox, and he was like, bro, your name was on Rapex's like record for incline bench press. And I was like,
that's the guy, man.
I was like, what, bro? There's no way you can remember that. And he's like, oh, hell yeah, bro. I was trying to break that. And so me and him hit it off that night. So I started inviting him over to my house and stuff.
Yeah.
He really didn't say nothing about the music. I get hammered drunk and start rapping over the top of other rappers.
Just a few drinks in,
something
man.
Clicked in his head. And I think he asked me about it that night whenever we were partying, and I was just like, man,
yeah.
And then the next day, when I was drinking to blackout. So I'm sleeping until like 3 p.m. the next day. But the next morning, I think he was like, hey, man, you know what I was asking you about last night? You ever thought about rapping? And I'm like,
you don't remember anything?
Well, I'm still sleeping. Right?
Oh,
so then he
yeah.
sends a follow-up message that's like, oh, that was kind of a weird question, bro. Never mind. And when I finally wake up, I'm like, no, never mind, man. I'll definitely hear you out. Next weekend, he comes over to my house. He's got a track loaded up. He rips it in front of me on some, like, trash mic. Like, we had this, like...
hey, you got to start somewhere,
the bare minimum setup. And I put, like, a shoebox over the top of it. And I was like, damn, that's hard. And he's going in. And then he's like, I got another beat, man. Why don't you, write? And I'm, like, sitting there listening to the beat. I can't write with the beat. So I go into the other room. And I start some trash shit, dude. Like, got the juice like that, man. I got the bars like that. And I'm like spitting it to him, and he's like, he wants me to get into it, so he's like, yeah, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's trying to
like,
kind of keep pushing you,
like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So then I roll back into the room. I'm like, no, I'm gonna go write something else. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I'm like, this is just a bunch of like false confidence.
Yeah.
And that ended up being my first bar. I was like, this false confidence, it leads to consequence. In the booth, I'll leave you unconscious with. And I'm like, that's the shit you need to be doing. You need to go with like what's actually going on inside you and not be trying to be some flashy.
I can get with that, man. Yeah, absolutely. Shit, that's a hell of a story to start with, man. How old were you guys when you started rapping and stuff,
So,
like when that happened?
Yeah, it was 2017, so 6 years ago. I would have been 25, and he would have been 20. He was still doing college and shit, so he'd have been 21.
Okay, yeah. So you guys been at it for a while, man.
Yeah.
You and Ben Teeter, you guys, KBH, the Prodigies, for those who don't know, what does KBH stand for?
Yeah, KBH is kind of, I always lie to people, I'm like, killing beats hastily. You know what I mean?
But sounds hard as hell, so.
Killing beats hastily, dog. No, originally we were called Pencil Gang, and me and him kind of got to a situation where people would be like, man, let me look you up. And we wouldn't want to tell people Pencil Gang. We're like, that's kind of like, I don't like saying it kind of out. It feels gross. I always like BJ Penn. I was a fan of him. And he was like the Prodigy. And then I was
fucking legend, man.
Yeah. It was like, let's take your name, my name. We share the B, KBH, the Prodigies. Since there's two of us, but there's also Prodigy, the rapper from Mobb Deep, and that was a tandem, so we just kind of tied it all together.
Awesome, man. Heck yeah. So how'd you get Big Husk as your name, man?
Big Husk, dude. That's Ben's name was. He was like, Benjamin. You can kind of tie that to anything, and it kind of sounds dope. Yeah. So I was like, "What's your middle name?" He was like, "Kyle." That's also his older brother's name. Yeah. I was like, Kyle Benjamin, and I was like, "That's hard."
Yeah.
And for me, it was like I wanted to be. It took forever, bro. It was labored to get to Big Husk. I was like, wanted to be King C because I was really into King Los and his freestyles at one point. I was like, I'll be King C, and then I was like, no, I don't want to be repping no gang shit. Like, you throw this C in there,
right.
it changes the dynamic, everything. So one day I was like, I always had a love for Siberian Huskies. I had one at one point. So I was like, Husk, Husky.
Yeah.
And I was like, Big Husk. And
yeah.
Ben Cheater kind of lit up and he was like, yo, that's like
That's
the best one I've heard.
Man, yeah.
And then the guys at work, Dennison and Mateo, dude, they really sold me on it. It was Big Husk.
I mean, anytime I see you at work, I'm like, Husky, you know what I'm saying? Like, Big Husk, man, it works for sure. That but that's interesting, man, because like I know like with a lot of artists and stuff, like sometimes, maybe you got that artist where they find their name at the beginning and stick with it. Mm-hmm. But just a random thought that I think, Ugly God, he, like, I remember seeing an interview with Nardwar or whatever, and he started for a week, he was Young Hermit Crab, Young Pussy Bacon, or some shit like that. So that was his name, but then he was like, he's like that for a week and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's interesting. I mean, changing your name like that, it's kind of, I think, to Big Husk, definitely where it's at.
Sometimes you just hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, but yeah, it's work sometimes too.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, so you were saying that you guys started rapping when you were 25 years old. Mm-hmm. Is that like when you like really started taking it serious? Like, I know like for you, like you guys you've been rapping for years now. It's like, it was 25, you say that's probably like when you started taking things serious, or it was just kind of just like for fun at the time?
It was a super fun release for both of us. Like, I was just sick of drinking, and every weekend I would make it about drinking. And then whenever we started doing this, like, people would be hitting me up, and I'd be like, "Nah, man, I'm busy."
Yeah.
So I used it as an escape in the beginning. We were making a lot of songs on SoundCloud and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think whenever I moved to this house from my parents' house, is when it was like, okay, let's really hone in. Let's upgrade this. Let's upgrade that. So definitely super serious for about 4 years, but I've been rapping for about 6.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like you were talking about how when you guys first rapped, like on a little like fucked up mic and stuff, and now just like seeing, like, since I met you and stuff a few years ago, got your own studio and stuff in your own house and everything.
Yeah.
Just seeing probably for you and stuff, like the progression, just from whether it's from like the equipment that you're using to like your rapping in general.
Yeah, when I bought the Mac, I didn't even tell him about it, and then when he came over,
he's like, "Yo, what?"
We had that like little Christmas moment together, like, whoa.
That right there was probably like just like motivation, like even more
for sure,
and everything. So, yeah, man. So yeah, you've been taking this serious for a while now, probably like 4 or 5 years and stuff. How did you know that you wanted to make music? Like, was there like a moment in your time where, while you were rapping for Escape, was there a moment you're like, dude, like this could be it, or is this something that like progressed, or?
Yeah. So when I heard my voice on a track, it kind of like was like, okay, shit, this is something I can do.
Yeah.
And then one of my buddy Brock Smith, he was getting married, and we went to his like wedding reception or whatever. Or maybe it was like a party before. I don't know what it was exactly, but there was people there.
Yeah.
And I just remember one dude that I didn't even know that well being like, "Hey man, I listened to your track and you got the voice for it." And I was like, that okay.
Like some random thing.
Okay, that really stuck. Like, I knew that I liked it, but like for him to say that was like cool. And then, me and Ben always having each other to bounce stuff on was like, and plus, like I said, with the drinking and wanting to get away from it, it was easy to kind of just chase this.
It's something that you gravitated to,
No, 100%.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome. Shit. Where do you think you would be without music if you weren't doing this right now?
Yeah, so probably still getting
fucked up.
Probably still getting fucked up. Probably would have made a bad decision, drove drunk, something stupid. You know? Like I don't want to be on the corny shit of like it saved me, but like it was just like that was all I had to look forward to.
As cliche as it sounds, like that's the real.
And then out of nowhere, it's like, okay, I'll start recording on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that with drinking. Like I never had like I got the shakes, I'm drinking every day problem, but like I had a binge drinking problem. I would get hammered on the weekend. Man. But no, this, that.
In a way, you saved your life. Like you said, as cliche as it may sound, man, like that's just real. All right, man. So, obviously music is a big part of your life, making music and stuff. What type of music did you listen to growing up? What kind of artists? Was it just rap music, or was there a plethora of different genres, or what?
Yeah. So my dad is an absolute fool. He had this purple rodeo truck, and he would bump like Ant Banks and Spice One. Like people you'd say to young people, and they'd be like, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. Like to the point my mom was irritated. He had like subs in his truck, and he would just turn it on, and you'd watch it just shake parking spaces. Yeah. So I was always into the rap because of that, But I do, my mom would be rocking Creed at the same time. I'm like, oh, please come, love.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go, man.
But, no, so yeah, Ant Banks, that type of stuff growing up. For me personally, once I was able to make my own music decisions and, hey, Dad, I want that CD, it was Nelly and Ludacris. And
yeah, for sure. Nelly was hot when we were younger. I know you're a little bit older than me, bro. Grammar. Nelly, I remember growing up with Nelly. I was big on Chingy. Yeah, that 100%. Jackpot album. That shit was hot and stuff. But yeah, man. Are those artists, or is there other artists that you kind of like that inspires you when it comes to like making music?
Yeah, so probably my most like influential on my sound and stuff is Ludacris. I really like to hit heavy on the rhyming words, heavy on the punchlines. Well, even later in life, like Logic kind of inspires me, and I know Logic is kind of one of those trigger rappers. Like you either love him or you like get this guy out of here. For sure, yeah. But I think the reason he inspires me is because from the beginning it was peace, love, and positivity with him, and he's still doing that throughout. Like on his rise and everything. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that I was going to be authentic throughout the whole thing.
100%. Yeah.
So he inspires me a lot with
awesome,
that type of shit.
Yeah. So with that being said, how would you describe your style or your sound? Like what kind of makes you different from the next artist?
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer.
Don't be humble. No, I'm just playing.
It's the voice. I feel like it's the constant, like when you showed up and we're setting stuff up, like the constant burning in my stomach. Like another track has to come. Like, we can't sit on that too long. We can't be celebrating that victory too long. And I think a lot of guys maybe hit a couple little EPs up and get some pop, and they're like, I'm cool now. Like I don't want to be that. I want to keep making music.
You want to capitalize, growth and everything when it comes down to that. Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. I remember like when we worked together and stuff, but when we did our first music video, we caught you and stuff, and figuring out that you made music and shit. I was like listening to you guys. I'm like, and I showed my brother Jeremiah, the other videographer, and dude, we were like, your voice is something that distinct. And like you said at that wedding, the dude like said you got the voice for it and everything. I was like, it was like that's something I'm sure not just me, but like other people I listen to gravitate to.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So 5 years in, 6 years in, like that. We can't really predict the future or anything. Don't really know what's gonna happen. But where do you see yourself, your career, or where do you want to see your career in like 2, 5, 10 years from now?
Yeah.
What's your vision?
I'm doing something in music.
Yeah,
right? Like,
that's it.
So I love to rap. I love to make tracks. But even for me, I've had, I'm always spitballing ideas to you. And I've had visions of myself maybe buying up a building out here and getting young producers in there and having you be able to shoot videos for people and making that happen, like put some money into that. Because I know there's Unlabeled and I know there's other places and stuff like that, but I don't know. There's not a place around here for us. There's not a place, and I want a ground zero place. I don't want like we have to do everything for you. I want a place where they'll teach you along the way. Like, I'm 100 tracks in before I knew to change the tempo on the fucking beat.
Right.
Like, I want a guy to come in and be able to learn that from me. So definitely something with music. And like you were saying, you never know where life's going to take you. I can't say in 3 years from now because I'm also passionate about other things. Smoking meat. If a guy's like, hey man, I got a shop, I want you to be a pit master for me.
Shit,
I'll
boy,
be back there rapping like a motherfucker on some brisket.
Man, that'd be a hard ass video, honestly. They don't even know.
Shit.
Man.
Huh? He's dropping these subliminals.
For real. But man. So definitely the future is, music and stuff. I like that idea and stuff because like you said, there's Unlabeled and stuff, and I'm sure we see a lot of like on social media and stuff about how like there's so many artists in Kansas City that's like got so much potential. They got sound
Yeah.
and stuff and everything. But you know, you want to like create something where we can all like get together and support each other and stuff and learn from each other and everything. And you know what I'm saying, like I think that's something that would be beneficial for us and, you know, for many other artists where we can just, you know, collab together, shoot different ideas, or just having a nice, like, comfortable environment where you can just, you know, be yourself and, you know, get down to work, really.
Yeah, and honestly, to be honest with you, that might be the big vision of everything.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, you can make music forever and it'll be awesome, but, you know, the Jay-Z's and the stuff of the world, like, eventually kind of work into that next phase of life.
100%,
like,
yeah.
Let me help the next generation.
All right. So when it comes to like making music and stuff, like obviously rap music now isn't the same way like it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago and stuff like that. So there's usually a change in, you know, sounds, beat, flow and stuff when it comes to this music. Do you care? Do you take in mind when you're making music, you know, like what's trending, you know, in the mainstream or just trending right now and, you know, in the 2020s when it comes to the sound? And do you take that into consideration or you just don't care about it, or, you know, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be foolish not to pay attention to what's popping, right?
For sure,
You need to understand, you know, especially if you're trying to grow yourself, like, damn, I really like the way that sounds. You know, back in the day, you would get, you know, you just biting my shit, man. And I mean, that really ain't a thing anymore, but also, you know, it's with the times. But yeah, you'd be a fool not to pay attention to what's trendy. And then the people that are setting up the new waves, like I heard a B.O.B. song the other day where he featured Tech Nine on it. And it's a B.O.B. song. He does the hook and then maybe puts like 3 or 4 bars on it. And then Tech Nine comes in over the top of him, raps a verse. Hook, same thing again. Like, you're like, was he going to rap in there? He didn't really rap in there, but it was just like, I've never heard that before. I really like that.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, you always got to do that. And I mean, but stay authentic to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
how do you find that balance? Because obviously you want to, excuse me, you want to take into consideration kind of what people liking and stuff. But how do you balance that with like just staying authentic to you and doing what you want to do, what made you passionate and stuff?
Yeah. You just got to stay, like, for me, the artists that I like are like that. So J. Cole and Russ, like, they stay, even through the waves of Twitter being like, J. Cole's boring and Russ is trash and yada, yada, yada. Like, they stayed authentic and then you just watched it. Like, all that. Like, you couldn't break them. So then you shut up and started listening. And then it was like, oh, damn, okay. So, yeah, that's how you kind of just find that balance and realize that, like, these are the ones that I look up to. So why would I be doing shit different?
I hear you. All right, so when you're past where, I mean, you and Ben both have, you know, a plethora, honestly, of, you have a pretty damn good catalog of music, you know, in this past years. What's your favorite project, man, you worked on? Like, I mean, I know you guys got quite a bit of singles. You've been releasing some singles lately. I mean, you guys came out with Sincerely, To Whom It May Concern, and stuff like that. You have like a favorite project or something that you've worked on? Yeah,
I mean, I've got so many answers to that. The anticipation from Prodigies to Legends, the first album to drop out on mainstream stuff, and we had the video for None Major that you shot. We had City Boy Rico on the feature for Jetpack, and it was just come out wop wop. And then Sharon gave me that crazy beat. I think he labeled it voicemail, but we ended up calling it pro mode. And oh no, like that one hit everybody. I got a lot of response on that one. So anticipation wise, I feel like it's that one. That debut album right there. And then for who me and Ben truly are, the To Whom It May Concern, I feel is like just rap in your face, bop, bop, bop. So when I go back and listen to them, I like listening to that one a lot. But Sincerely, I feel like had some melodies and some stuff. So overall, I would say Sincerely, because that's the newest to date. It's got, it shows all of our versatility.
Exactly,
You know, we dropped that little full-time EP in the middle of there.
Yeah, exactly. That was a popper.
Let me just plug all my music real quick. But no, the answer Sincerely. I feel like that.
I hear you, man. Dude, it's funny, like, always, like, listening to your music, especially with the singles. Me, and like even when you're not around at work and stuff, and like I see Pyle and everything, I just be like, he's heating up, like, oh my god, dude, that shit, yeah, man,
that nostalgia from like
exactly.
the video games,
Yeah.
NBA jams as kids and shit. Yeah.
All right, man. When it comes to obviously music is subjective, like you said with Logic and with many other people with other artists, is like you may like them or you may hate them and stuff and everything. Like I said, music is subjective. There's really not a right answer to when it comes to this stuff. But regardless, like especially in music, artists are heavily criticized, but in general in life, whenever you do anything, you're gonna get criticized
For sure.
Like, how do you deal with, like, I guess the haters? How do you deal with, like, negative feedback, or just because I'm sure there's like people on the internet that like troll you, and maybe there's people and when you're going around in life and stuff, like they may not say it straight to your face or something, but you can just tell, you can get that energy. Yeah, like how do you deal with that?
I just always go back to ask myself, like, would they be comfortable enough with putting themselves out there like this? And that one always is just kind of like, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
So how can I listen to somebody that's like so content with just doing, the bare minimum, I got a job or whatever in life, and not willing to take any risk to tell me how I should take my risk? But, it like you said, we've had some couple internet haters.
Yeah.
I had you gonna pull the trigger and get scared like Alec Baldwin bar. And somebody tried to take that to this kid from Ray
took
Peck,
it way out of
said,
proportion.
Like, what are you talking about? It's a bar. Open your brain a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, man. that threw me off. I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, I think they were thinking that they were going to get a big response, and then nobody liked it, and then they were just arguing with me, and then they were like, "Oh, I better delete this shit."
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to like your writing and stuff, creating music, I know like you may come into a time where like it's just hard to just sit down and write. You get that writer's block and everything. May last a couple days, couple weeks, a couple months or something. Is there, you got a process or anything that you kind of get you out of that writer's block mentality?
Yeah, so I was always blessed with Ben, and then you. I've always had somebody to kind of get back into the studio with, and then you get ideas and shit from that. But a Russ interview one time, I remember him saying, like, how you deal with writer's block is you go back to the core of those artists that, he's like, go listen to Eminem, go listen to Lil Wayne. There'll be one line in their verse that will give you a whole fucking verse.
Yeah.
Like, so I do that. I'll go, and I listen to a lot of our shit too. Like, I know some people don't do that. They like to put their songs out, and they're disgusted. They're disgusted by them by the time they come out. I'm like, how could we have gotten better here? Like, that didn't get mixed right. That I could have changed that. So I think all that combined kind of helps you deal with writer's block, but ultimately just being in a duo versus like somebody that has to sit there and crank all your own songs out.
Yeah,
helps
absolutely.
With the writer's block a lot.
That's interesting. You said like when you look back at your music and stuff, and you kind of think of like, okay, what I could have done differently or anything. Like you still like it and stuff, but it's like, sure, like there's always room for growth and stuff. So being able to go back and to look at your music, say maybe what you could do differently, or just what you learned from, heading into the future. I know I get into a problem with that sometimes, where I won't look, like I'll post a video, send it to artists or to my clients and stuff, and I won't, I'd post it and stuff, and then I don't watch it for like months and stuff. And there's some times where I'm like, all right, I just got to go back with like, many times I go back and see like, oh, I could have done this differently and stuff or whatever, but it's okay. But there's a lot of times like with you for like writer's block, or with me if I'm like in, just in a slump right now or anything when it comes to video stuff, I'll just like look back at like my little portfolio and stuff and just like see them. Like it kind of gives me motivation and everything when it comes down to it. So. All right, man, I'm gonna hit you with some random questions. Some of them serious, some of them not. So I don't know, just kind of dig deeper in your brain, see what the fuck's about to happen.
You're probably going to get some goofy ass answers.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Simple one. If you could have any superhero power, what would it be?
Go invisible.
Invisible?
Yeah, so I could see what Jessica Biel is doing in the shower. No,
This guy right here, I know.
oh shit. No, yeah, I don't know. To what's that? Telekinesis.
Telekinesis,
to
read people's minds.
You know what I mean?
That'd be
you never
interesting.
Yeah. That would probably hurt your feelings a lot too.
Honestly,
though. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And I don't know. Like sometimes I would. I think because I thought about that, and I'm like, it's like I don't know if I want to know what.
Yeah,
most of the
then
times
you wonder
and
if
everything.
there's like multiple people in there. If you're getting it all at once, and then you're like damn near going crazy in your own brain. But yeah, no, I don't know if you control it as like I could focus on this person.
I know
but
that's
yeah,
right,
you'd get your feelings hurt.
Telekinesis, it would be interesting. It'd
Yeah.
probably be, there's probably cons to it, but there's probably a lot of pros when it comes to that.
For sure.
Shit. All right, summer or winter?
Summer.
Summer?
Yeah.
Easy. Okay, so with that in mind, if you could travel anywhere, no matter what, didn't matter what you had going on, just anywhere you could travel, where would it be?
Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Yeah, I'm always on the, if you ever notice on my Instagram stories, it's like all of Switzerland. People are probably like, dude, I get over it. But
yeah,
the scenery in there,
dude,
bro, is insane.
Yeah, I got a aunt on my mom's side, and she lives in Switzerland. Always,
Whoa,
see some like you said, the scenery, the
bro.
mountains and stuff and everything. It'd be really awesome to go
Yeah.
there. So I ain't mad at that. Okay, would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music, or be forced to sing along to any song that you heard? So you'd rather dance? You're singing? I ain't mad at you.
I mean, last night we let the liquor talk.
My ass, you already know my ass will probably be dancing.
Oh,
every
yeah.
day.
You got
every
it.
time.
Well, I don't know, bro. Every time you come in the break room,
I know,
you're singing
yeah,
something.
you're right. I'd probably do both and stuff, but
You'd be like, yeah,
if I had to
both.
choose, I'd probably dance every time I heard music on some shit. But I ain't mad at that. All right, would you rather have teeth for hair or hair for teeth? So teeth for hair or hair for
bro,
teeth?
it's gotta be fuck.
That's
isn't
fucked.
it? Probably hair for teeth. Because, like, bro, just having teeth on your skull.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
How
that.
hard would you to be to look at? Like,
that'd
just
be fucking
molars
scary.
up on this?
Yeah. Hair for teeth, yeah.
God, and that's terrible though. Because I'm sitting here cracking up, motherfuckers like, what the fuck?
Some nasty ass shit right
neither,
there.
bro.
Hair for teeth if you had to, though.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather fight a silverback gorilla or a lion? I've been going. I put this down as a question. I've been going back and forth on this. I don't.
Bro,
really
the
know.
intimidation factor from both would just pause.
Like we're probably we're fucked. Like either way, but
so just because I would say lion, I guess, just because the gorilla with the hands and the biting, like fuck that. Though, right?
Yeah,
the lion. Also, what the mountain lion bit that one dude who was running. And he was smart enough, instead of trying to rip his arm backwards, he just put his arm into the mouth and suffocated the lion to death, or the mountain lion to death.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd take my chances with that.
I hear you. That's why I kind of ended up.
Because a gorilla might just fucking...
Dude, he's
both
just
your arms off
exactly,
and then just smash your coconut, bro.
Fuck that guy. fuck that. All right, would you rather lose your phone or lose your keys?
Fuck them keys.
I know, that's right. That's fuck that.
I can use my phone to get some more keys.
I know, that's
that
right.
Phone, you're
Either
like,
way, it's going to
shit.
cost you, but hey, that phone and shit, man.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you got to have that shit. All right, would you rather know how you die or know when you're going to die?
Damn.
That's a tough one. Like, like any time of the day you would, like, either when you die or you just know how you die. Because the way I think about it is like, okay, if I know when I die, is like as I get closer, it's probably like things I want to do. But if I knew how I died and stuff, it's like, let's say like I knew that I was gonna die by a car accident or something. Then I'd be going out throughout my life, be like, fuck, dude, I don't even want to get on the road. I don't even, and stuff.
And then you're trying to avoid death.
Exactly.
So it'd probably be when for that reason.
I hear you,
but I'm still, because then, well, I guess you would live your life to the fullest and you would have nothing scary, because you're like, hey, I'm going to be gone here in 17 years.
17 years, so fuck it. Let's do this shit. Okay, if you could collaborate with any artist, producer, artist, or whatever, dead or alive, who would it be? Who's your go-to guy?
Bro, how is the answer not Tupac Shakur?
Hey.
Dead Tupac. Alive Ludacris.
Ludacris, that'd be hard.
You know how you like how I just dance my way around
Like,
these things. You like I want an answer, and I give you 7, dog.
Give you 7. I'm mad at that. Those are good ones for sure. All right, so you got windows down, music, or the weather is perfect. Windows down, you just cruising and everything. Music's blaring. What song are you playing right now?
Last Night by Morgan Wallen.
I don't know that one, to be honest with you. I was like, what?
Anything J. Cole, Joyner Lucas.
Joyner,
I didn't get to shout him out earlier.
Yeah.
I love Joyner Lucas, J. Cole.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like Logic. A lot of people don't, but
Yeah.
Logic could probably be in there, and that would just be like a 3 little rotation.
I hear you
if
on
I'm
that.
wanting to, Tech 9 and Eminem on some other stuff, but J. Cole.
J. Cole, for sure. You can't go wrong with that. All right, so outside of music, what kind of hobbies do you have? So if you're not making music, what are you doing?
Yeah, smoking meat. I think I brought that up earlier.
Yeah.
And then, I love to do that. I love to kick it with those little pit bulls out there, our dogs. And then we play basketball a lot.
Heck yeah, man.
Ben, and then my buddy Gage and stuff. We're always trying to hoop.
Dude, I miss those the work lunchtime basketball sessions.
Dude, that shit was fun.
I miss those. Maybe not during lunch anymore, but because we always got kicked out at this fucking whatever HOA fucking community.
Remember that time I busted that 3 while I was looking at Daryl in his face? you were like, bro, I saw that. I was like, Daryl. He's like, fuck you.
Man, we definitely got to get. I haven't hooped in fucking forever.
I had Mateo up there a couple Saturdays ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Up at the church? Yeah, man. Heck yeah. All right, man. Cool, man. We're going to wrap this up, but before we leave, you got what's going on in the near future, whether in life or in music? You got any upcoming tracks or projects you working on?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep grinding on some solo tracks for a while. Just making music, and we may have some stuff together coming out for y'all.
So. Who knows?
Just doing that. Like I said, I want to keep collaborating with people, reaching out to Rico and stuff like that. Try to get some collabs rolling, and then Willie Jackson, bro. If you're watching,
where you at? I heard that shit so many times,
I showed
bro.
everyone this song and they freak out.
You gotta finish that shit, bro.
We gotta mix it up
I
and get
haven't
it
met
out
you,
there,
but
bro.
damn.
Dude, I love that shit.
And City Boy Rico, I gotta get you up here, bro.
Yeah. I'm about to hit you
I
up
got
after
a lot
this,
of
dog.
those, but yeah, man. Where can we find your music? All platforms? What's up? Apple Music?
Whatever distro kid sends it out to. So Spotify, Apple Music, I think it's YouTube, all the main ones.
All the main stuff.
I think Fitz from the job said he got Amazon. Is
Amazon Music, man.
Yeah, he said it on Amazon. So
man, I always forget about Amazon. We always think of like Apple Music and like Spotify or YouTube and stuff.
Amazon runs the world, low key.
Yeah. All right, man. Husk, I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you.
Nothing but love, man.
First one down,
guys. So appreciate you guys tuning in for this. Give them a follow. We'll have the links on the screen. Give Big Husk and KBH Prodigies a follow on their social media, and stay in tune for upcoming tracks by this guy. Maybe some upcoming videos
by this guy.
By who knows? Yours truly.
Yes, sir.
Guys, thank you again, and appreciate you guys and everything that you do for us, supporting us and everything. So give us a like on this video, subscribe to see more videos like this. If you guys have any, artists that you want to see me interview around Kansas City area, just let me know and let them know about this. And we are out of here, guys.
Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'm almost man. I'm
All I do is win. All I do is catch dubs. Gotta make it on my own, so I guess it's fuck love. I know a nurse, bitch. Give me TLC with no scrubs. She catching everything. She trying to win a gold glove.